Joining me now is the former Republican Congressman Joe Walsh from Illinois. He's the chairman of the Bravery Project, and he's a huge Trump critic. Joe, thanks for being with us. And I appreciate that you often come on with us. But I want to speak some truths here that you and I have discussed over the last years. You have apologized for helping create Trump. You once described yourself as a Tea Partier first and a Republican second. Bill Maher once called you a leader of the anti-Obama nutcase caucus. You were part of that conspiracy that Barack Obama was a Kenyan-born Muslim, saying that the answer is simple. I think Obama's a Muslim. By the way, just so everybody knows, I actually am a Kenyan-born Muslim. I was born there. Joe, I think the party's gone even further than you ever went.
Ali, good to be with you. Look, let's just say what it is. The Republican Party is gone. I mean, one of our two major political parties is gone. It doesn't please me to say that. It's an anti-democratic, pro-fascist, bigoted, resentful, conspiracy-believing cult. It's a cult. And as you pointed out, Ali, I helped bring it here. I wasn't alone. The Republican Party establishment, I would argue, for years ignored its base voters. You rightly point out, Ali, Tea Party people like me came along and we riled up those base voters. And then Donald Trump came along and he lied to them and he radicalized them. And now the GOP base voter is radicalized. That's where we are today.
What's the line between acknowledging grievances of people who do not feel that they are represented by government? And I think there are lots of those people in America who are conservative. There are lots who are very progressive, people who feel like they're not part of the whole operation that makes decisions, and radicalizing them or getting them to believe in conspiracy theories to support their underlying grievances.
Ali, before Trump, I would have come on your show and you and I respectfully would have gone at it about issues. We would have talked about the debt and immigration. We actually did that. And then along came Trump and the Republican Party stopped talking about issues. It was all about bowing down and praying to this man, Ali, even when he lied and even when he spouted conspiracies. Look, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the product of, again, a party establishment that ignored its base voters for years, and Tea Party people like me that got these folks riled up. Now they are totally radicalized now. They're almost not even in touch with reality.
How do you, where's the line, though? Because you definitely subscribe to these birther conspiracy. It's a conspiracy theory, right? The idea that you thought that Barack Obama was a Kenyan-born Muslim is a conspiracy theory.
No. And Ali, I might have joked about it once or twice. I was not a birther. Did I call Barack Obama a Muslim? Yes. Look, generally, I was in that arena pushing for and arguing about issues I believed in. Sometimes, Ali, and you pointed them out, I went over the line. And I've spent a good chunk of the last 3 years apologizing for that. I didn't believe stuff like that. The difference is it's not Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ali. Most of her voters believe this stuff. Most of her voters believe the election was stolen. They believe that. It's not her. It's those voters now.
Well, I think that's an important point you bring up. They did elect her. So what does the fix look like? I was talking to Eugene Robertson on Friday night, who said, you can't have a phoenix rise from the Republican ashes until there are actually Republican ashes. And right now there aren't. There's enough of a base and a Republican Party that doesn't think it's been defeated, that doesn't think it's on the wrong side of history, that hasn't tried to make amends as you have. So what do we do about that? Because not everybody who voted Republican thinks that there's something wrong with the Republican Party right now.
So this is tough for a lot of people to understand. I'll say it again. There is no civil war in the Republican Party. It's done. Trump and Trumpism owned the party. They took over the party without firing a shot. There's no war going on in the Republican Party. So moderates or conservatives like me who abhor Trumpism, that's not our home anymore. It's not, Ali, it's not coming back. The Republican Party is dying before our eyes. It's shrinking. People like me, ideally, will probably be independents for a while until hopefully something different comes along.
So if people who are conservative, who want to argue with me about debt, about minimum wage, about how health care should be implemented, an interpretation of the Second Amendment, reasonable discussions that people can have and disagreements that people should have in a republic like ours. How does that happen? Because are people like you as independents going to be as powerful as the machine that continues to be the Republican Party?
No, Ellie, again, I'm a dark Irishman on this. I think we're watching the death of one of America's two political parties. I don't have enough of a constituency. Mitt Romney doesn't have a constituency. All of these never Trumpers who've been out there for a few years, I respect them all. God bless them. But they don't have a constituency. 80 to 90% of the Republican Party base is pro-Trump. We are going to be in the wilderness for a while. It's incumbent then upon the Democratic Party, hopefully, to govern well. But no, there's not a happy ending here, Ali, for the next 2 to 4 years. The Republican Party is shrinking and dying.
Joe, next time anybody asks you about Barack Obama being a Kenyan-born Muslim, I want you to point out that I actually am one, because that guy's been stealing my thunder for a lot of years. Good to see you, as always. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks, Mike. Joe Walsh, former Republican congressman from Illinois and chairman of the Bravery Project.